The mayor's call for the Prime Minister to visit Calais migrant camp. We're going to read into this more from the BBC, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from the BBC with a headline that Mayor calls for the Prime Minister to visit Calais migrant camp. The mayors in northern France have called on Sir Keir Starmer to visit the region to better understand the impact of small boat crossings in the region. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit that like button and share across social media so others are notified of this video. Guys, I think it's really important that while, of course, we get a lot of our information online, we get a lot of information from those of experts. I really think that this would actually help politicians get a better understanding of the situation on the other side. When you actually go to this migrant camp and actually see what these people are actually going through, to get a better understanding of what they're having to deal with, what France are having to deal with, to get that perspective on it. Because when you see pictures like these or videos like these, it's very distressing, it's very uncomfortable, and it's so easy for some keyboard warrior who hides behind the screen in my comment section to say, go back to where you come from, when you have little to no understanding of what it's like to be in their shoes, of what they have been through. It's very brutal, and it's very brutal what some of these people have gone through. Some of them have gone through, lost their loved ones. Some people have gone away, have fled their country because of their life being endangered, or because it's no longer the climate, because of the rapid changing in our climate, is no longer a suitable environment for them. There are all sorts of factors as to why people migrate. Global migration has increased as a result of conflicts that have been taking place in many parts of the world as well. Now, obviously, these images and these thoughts make you think that everyone wants to come to the UK. The reality is that the number is while the numbers have gone up for people to come in the UK, the rest of Europe takes far more migrants than we do. That is the ultimate reality. Yes, it has increased with us, and you always get those small-minded people who say that we're full when we're not full. It's really, really important for every single one of these people's cases to be heard, and it's better for their cases to be heard rather than we're just allowing them to pay smugglers for them to get on boats to try and cross. We can easily cut out this situation. We can really stop the term, this term illegal migration. We can end illegal migration tomorrow if we really wanted to. It is just a political choice to do so, because it allows people to get angry over nothing. It allows people to blame all their problems, everything that's going wrong in their lives, to blame them on the immigrants, when in fact it has been successive failures of government who have been influenced by millionaires and billionaires and private companies to serve their interests and not the interests of the British public. I really just cannot emphasize that enough. Unfortunately, people will sit in their own bubbles and believe that all their problems are around migration, and they think that if we have nothing but white British people, that all of a sudden our country is going to be perfect. That's just not how the world works. It's just not. We are a multicultural country. We have lots of amazing, wonderful, different kinds of people from all sorts of backgrounds, a part of Britain, who have come and have brought their cultures into Britain, and they have embraced our culture. And I've seen that as London has evolved and changed over time. But as someone who is from London, I can't speak for outside of it, but I've definitely seen that from my 15, 20 years up to 20 years of the work that I've done. So it is a fascinating thing, people from other countries. It is just a shame that we are in this situation where there is no legal route for people to want to come to the UK to claim asylum, when they don't have documentation, when they don't have their passport, or they don't have anything, and they generally want to come and be a part of Great Britain. They really want to be a part of it. There's always this argument that there's some people coming who may be a threat to the UK, and there is always that possibility, and I agree. there is a possibility that one or two people may be a threat to the UK, and I completely accept that premise. Hell, there wasn't that long ago. There was a shooting. I think it was in Germany. I believe it was not too long ago, where it wasn't a German citizen. It was someone from another country who was supposed to be deported, and oh god, I'm trying to remember the country now. No, it was France. Correct me if my apologies. It was France. It was in France, and the individual almost went on a killing spree and ended up taking his own life. But he was from Algeria, and the story is that the Algerian government refused to take him in, even though up to five times they refused to take him back in, even though they considered him a threat. They considered him problematic, and then an incident occurred, and it just plays into the hands of people saying that just because of one person, they paint everyone the same thing. Just because of what's happening in Gaza, for example, there's some people who consider some of these Palestinians all the same, or that they're from Iran or Iraq, they're considered all the same, when they just don't look at these people's individual cases, that everyone has a story here. They are all human beings. These aren't just numbers. These are people whose lives are on hold, and their lives are being ebbed away because they're not being given a chance to prove themselves or showcase themselves to the UK. And unfortunately, people are falling into this narrative that all their problems resemble around migrants, unfortunately. So in a message to the Prime Minister, the Mayor of Ambleteuse, Stéphane Pinto, said that cooperation between the two countries was a must. Yes, I 100% agree. The Home Office Minister, Dame Angela Eagle, said the UK had ramped up its work with the French authorities, revealing French police had stopped 28,000 small boats crossings this year. The Home Secretary Yvette Cooper was in Calais last week to meet politicians and officials, but Dame Angela declined to comment on whether the Prime Minister plans to accept the invitation. This is the number of crossings here. People crossing the English Channel in boats culminating total of people detected this year. And that's only detected. That's ones that perhaps, it does not also count in perhaps those that have been, not everyone's been noticed. And this is sourced from the Home Office. From the data to the 31st of December 2024 in monthly totals, recent figures are daily. So here, so 2021, 2023, 2024, the highest has been 2022, the amount of people we have taken in. 2022 is the highest, of course, because if you haven't figured it out, that's when we took in a lot of Ukrainians because of what was happening there. 2024, last year, it was definitely higher than the year before, and definitely higher than 2021. So clearly, the numbers are way too high, and they want to try and bring that down. So the problem is that we are desperately in need of workers, because we don't have enough British people to do the British jobs that as well. So yeah, that's going to be a problematic, isn't it? So last year was the deadliest for small boats crossings with the English Channel, with an estimated 78 people having died attempting the journey. The latest Home Office data shows that 36,816 people were detected crossing the channels in small boats in 2024, up from 29,437 in 2023, but below our record 45,000 in 2022. Mr. Pinto urged the Prime Minister to come and look at our beaches. We must put in measures to stop bodies on our beaches, he said. Yeah, any person losing their life is a terrible tragedy, regardless. Philippe Morgan, Deputy Mayor of Calais, in charge of security, added that it was time for the Prime Minister to come over and see the situation himself. The BBC has seen a camp in Calais located in the former wine warehouse with no working toilets or running water, which is home to several hundred migrants, thinking from Sudan, who has lived at the camp for 2 months while he attempts to cross the channel. I face persecution at home. For us, England works and language is easier. Some people have relatives there, he said. He also warned of the dangers of crossing the channel, stating, "You can see your brother die in the sea as you try to cross. Everyone has their own destiny." In a nearby camp in Donglik, Akan from Iran said, "It's very dangerous. Our boat got a hole in it and we were in the water for 30 minutes. We had to wait for a big French boat to save us. I thought we would die." Calais MP Mark de Frosson said he had ruled out joint patrols on French beaches, stating British police on French soil would make local authorities look weak. I actually agree with that. You can't, I know that there's this argument from the likes of GB News and Talk TV and all them lot saying that we should have British police on French soil to do this for us, and it's like, no. And they'll consistently say the same thing: the French are not doing enough, the French are not doing enough. I think British police were perceived very badly by the French, he said. Emily Featherstone, the charity for Care for Calais that provided tents and clothing for migrants in northern France, said finding safer routes were essential. What we offer in shoes, sleeping bags and activities isn't that amazing that people will just travel here just for that. The Home Office said it had launched a new specialist police and enforcement plans, including state-of-the-art surveillance technology to disrupt the criminal smuggling gangs in northern France. The new measures to tackle people smuggling gangs have been agreed by the UK and France, with more than 7 billion of existing funds redirected towards a stronger law enforcement on response on migrant channel crossings, a spokesperson said. On question about whether the deterrent the governments have had to stop crossings, Dame Angela said there is only migrant. It is one is they may die. So the only deterrent is that they may die. Well, what else? To them, it's like, well, they've got nothing to lose, or some of them. They've got nothing to lose, being hogged up in these tents with absolutely nothing. They've got absolutely nothing to lose. So for them, it's like, well, I've got nothing. I can't go back home. They don't want to stay in France. They want to come to the UK. So what are they supposed to do? So they might as well put their life on the line and hope to get to the UK. That's the perception that many of these are going through. And there's loads of these cases. There's loads and loads and loads of these cases. It's really not that hard to have a look at it, guys. It really, really is not. But unfortunately, there are still people out there who just don't look at these as human beings in any way, shape, or form. We have to help these people, though they also need to be processed properly as well. I really hope that there is a solution to this at some point, because it's not right that these people are forced to be stuck here. Am I saying every single one of them should come to the UK? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I do think that we need to create a safe legal route so that they can apply appropriately like any other person who wants to come to the UK. It's easy when people have the documents, they have the money. But when people don't have the documents and the money, this is where they end up when they want to come to the UK. So what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this from the mayors calling for the Prime Minister to visit Calais? Do you think he should visit Calais? Do you think the Home Secretary should visit Calais, perhaps, and maybe just see it firsthand, the situation that they are going through? I think that might help things in perspective for them. Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. Now, if you found this video informative, helpful in any way to you, hit that like button, share across social media, subscribe if you haven't to already. You can financially support me by joining the YouTube membership for as little as 99p, the join button down below. Check out the Rumble and Patreon content for exclusive content. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.